Have you ever had a moment in your day where you're reading a book and you suddenly just don't want to read it anymore? Yeah, that has happened to me several times. Which brings me to my problem, and that is that I have a few books that I've abandoned halfway through due to unknown circumstances that I want to get into. I am determined to finish them, and this video is going to help me do that. I read 4 books that I'm in the middle of in this video, and you get to hear my thoughts on them, whether I ended up DNFing them or that second chances are in fact worth it. Hi, I am here to get into this chonker. It is really thick. I think this book is almost 1,000 pages. According to the last page, it's 984. And there's something about this book that I just realized. So I have House of Sky and Breath in here. This is the newer cover, I think. Not really too sure. Bloomsbury edition. And the writing, the font on here and the font on Kingdom of Ash, it's practically the same. They're all really tiny and really small. But this book is 804 pages and this book is 984 pages. So a difference of 180 pages. But if you put them together, they're the same size. Can you guys see? My theory is that the paper that Kingdom of Ash uses is way thinner than the other books in the Throne of Glass series, and it's only because this book is almost 1,000 pages. I don't know how long it's gonna take for me to get this done, but I'm gonna read it because I love the Throne of Glass series. I am at page 34. I'm also going to be annotating the book, and I stopped, I think, a week ago because I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready to get into the book. In the middle of chapter 3, this is page 34. I'm in chapter 3 and it's already painful to read. Now I'm ready because I just finished reading another fantasy romance book that's called Heavenly Bodies. I'm not sure what the author's name is. I'm gonna pop it on the screen, but I just read that book. Raven-haired reader rated it 5 stars, so I immediately picked it up. It was on Kindle Unlimited. I really like that book, but I'm not gonna talk too much about it here. If you guys want to hear my thoughts on it, you guys can check out my end of month wrap up, my August wrap up. I am here to simply read Kingdom of Ash, and let's get on with it because I'm in the mood to read right now. So literally only at chapter 13, page 122. I am unwell. I'm now at page 230. This is chapter 25. If you guys have read Kingdom of Ash before, you'll know that this chapter is particularly painful. So I'm kind of afraid of getting into this, but I do want to get through the first half, get through all the pain, because honestly, this first few pages that I've read were painful. They were extremely heartbreaking and I didn't know why, but I cried a lot. I kind of figured that I would cry considering how I have read this whole series for the past few months. I have gotten to love every single character, and the found family in this is absolutely amazing. So anything that happens to anyone, I will cry. I will cry. Especially if it's Aelin and Rowan. It's like, no questions asked, tears will come out. I am a lot better mentally today, so I don't think crying is gonna be involved, but yesterday night, oh gosh, the amount of tears that came out. But I'm gonna quickly finish up this chapter, and hopefully the pain is gonna be worth it. Hopefully the pain's worth it. I don't like this. I said I wasn't gonna cry, but I did. I don't like this. Hi guys, it is the next morning and I want to give an update on Kingdom of Ash. I've read up until this point, almost halfway through, and this is in chapter 49. I'm at page 420. So I'm having a lot of fun with this book, obviously. The reason why I'm not giving too many updates with this book is that, first of all, it's really, really thick. So I need to read like 200 pages to actually get into something with this book. Second of all, it is the last of a long series. So sometimes when I talk about this book, I have to be sure that I'm not gonna spoil the other books in the series. And I'm very scared of spoiling the other books for you guys. So I try my best not to talk too much about the plot and everything. And lastly, regardless of how much I've read of this book is 100% a 5-star read. I love the characters, I love the character development that you get. What I really like the most about this book so far is that there were some characters in Empire Storm that I didn't really like, and I have come to like them in this book. At least so far, they have played a big role and I feel like they have redeemed themselves. Anyway, I am going to continue reading this and then I'll give another update maybe at night when I have read a few more pages, because it's just about war and politics. But I love it so much because you get to see a lot of the found family come to life, and that to me is very special. So that is it for this current update. I will let you guys know when I've read a bit more. I'm so excited to finish this book, but I also want to take my time reading it because it's the last of the Throne of Glass series, and I love the Throne of Glass series. I love it so much. I want to cry. Kingdom of Ash. I'm now at chapter 58. This is page 494. So get a sense of fulfillment reading about characters who you have known throughout 4, 5, 6 books, and you see them fight, you see them win, you see them conquer their battles, and it's very fulfilling and it's super heartwarming, and you just fall in love even more for these people. I love everyone in here, even the ones that I didn't really like. In terms of pacing, I am pretty happy with how much I've read so far. Right now it is 4 p.m. so I still have a long way to go today. I still have a lot of time to read, so hopefully I can get through another 200 pages maybe. I'm a little bit terrified of what's gonna happen because I feel like something bad is gonna happen. Right now it's currently 11:30 at night and I am currently still reading Kingdom of Ash. I have now reached chapter 75. This is page 642. I have around 340-ish pages to go. I have been having such a hard time reading today. I pulled a muscle on my back and I literally cannot read on my bed because the position just hurts my neck, and I've been reading on my little couch, and that feels a lot better. But I've been reading like leaning like this, and this book is so thick, so holding it like this just hurts my grip, my hand. So it's been a difficult few hours of reading this book. I'm not forcing myself to read. I actually do want to read this book, but my stiff neck is not giving me an easy time to read. My goal is to get this done tomorrow because today's Thursday and tomorrow's Friday, and I do little reading on the weekends. Sorry about that, my dog just snorted. And I hope to get this done tomorrow. I don't want to rush it, but at the same time I'm having so much fun that I don't want to stop reading. So I'm in like a little bit of a dilemma, I would say. Okay, yeah, that is my update for the night. I will see you guys tomorrow, hopefully with good news that I end up reading a lot more tonight. I'm now at chapter 91. This is page 755. So I only have 230 pages to the end. The chapter before that was really painful and it was really sad. So I'm gonna take a break. Also, my stiff neck situation is still ongoing. It has yet to get better. I'm now at chapter 102. This is page 822. So we have around 150 pages left of this book. My guess is there will be around 100 pages of war and battle scenes, and then the last 50 pages will be the post-war kind of getting stuff together. And I know for a fact that this will have a happy ending, but I'm not sure how it's gonna happen because everything that's happened up until now, like I can't figure out how a happy ending will exist. It is such an enjoyable read, and I'm probably gonna finish this tonight, and I will be picking another book up today, hopefully tonight. I have 2 books that I'm in the middle of. You guys can hear my dog snoring? Probably, but I'm at page 888, less than 100 pages to the end. Let us get this done. I'm so excited to get this done. actually done with Kingdom of Ash. This is brilliant, perfect, such a good ending to such a long series. Tied all of the loose ends very, very well. So good. And I like sobbed like a baby. Couldn't stop myself from sobbing basically, but it was so good. Oh, it was actually really, really good. I'm gonna miss the Throne of Glass series so, so much. My favorite part of this book, 100%, is the part where ACOTAR was mentioned. Seeing that was so fun. And yeah, I just had such a good time reading this. That is it for Kingdom of Ash with RJ Maas. I feel so overwhelmed right now. I have 2 more books that I'm in the middle of that I want to get into. The first one I have is The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea by Axio. This one I've gone through a lot of. I'm not halfway through yet. I stopped reading this because I was doing a reading vlog of reading 5 fantasy books in 5 days. I don't really want to continue reading this, at least right now. I don't know if it's because of my mood. I don't know if it's because of the book. And I was reading a lot of the Throne of Glass books in that video. This just couldn't keep up with the intensity of the Throne of Glass series, so I put it down. I think it's about time to actually pick this up again. And the other one is The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. I am not too far into this one. This one I think is, yeah, page 40. I would like to read this one first because I've gone through most of the book, so this is going to be my next pick for this video. I am going to talk to you guys tomorrow morning. Hopefully I'll be fine by then, but tonight I just want to steep in my emotions. Hi guys, I am here to give an update on The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea by Axio. I started this yesterday night and I'm currently at chapter 20. This is page 186. I have a few thoughts about this book. If you guys don't know what this book is about, by the way, this is a retelling of a Korean folklore, and our female protagonist is called Mina, I think. And in Mina's hometown, there is this ritual at which every year a bride, a girl, is taken and sacrificed to the sea god, because if you don't do that, then storms and rain will flood their hometown. And this year, Mina's brother's lover was chosen, but Mina, not wanting to see her brother be sad about his lover being sacrificed, she ended up sacrificing herself. And when she arrives at the bottom of the sea, she finds a whole different world and realizes that the sea god is currently in deep slumber. She has a time limit. There is 30 days for her to figure out how to get out of the situation, how to somehow make the sea god fall in love with her, to be his true bride, all of those things. And I am very, very confused about this book because I have yet to really meet the sea god. We've seen the sea god, we've met the sea god, but we didn't have any big interactions with the sea god. And so I don't know what this book, like where this book is going. I don't know the direction, and I don't know what the plot is going to be. I don't know why she's going on this little journey with this one person who's called Shin. That's why it's a little bit difficult to read this, and it's written very, very whimsical, so I also cannot kind of think about this being super high stakes when, you know, she has a time limit. It's supposed to be high stakes, but it doesn't feel very high stakes. And I hope that the ending, or at least the latter half of this book, will kind of pick up, because right now the pacing is not, I'm not the biggest fan of the pacing. Maybe I would say this is cozy fantasy. That's my thoughts on The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea. I am going to continue reading this now, and it's really, really different than the previous book I read, which is Kingdom of Ash, but I'm still going to continue, and hopefully I will read at least 100 pages today. I'm not really too sure. I am going out in an hour, so that's the goal for today. Hello, I am back. I don't remember the last time I gave an update, but I don't know. Did I give an update halfway through reading this book? I have finished reading The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea by Axio. I have a few thoughts about this book that I would like to talk about. First of all, I've heard many great things about this book, which is why I picked it up in the first place. And it really pains me to say this because I would love to love a book that a lot of people like, but unfortunately I didn't have a good time reading this book, and I didn't really enjoy it as much as I expected it to be. I feel like the pacing of the book was a little bit off. Some parts were dragged out way too long and some parts were just too short and not described, not explained enough. Second of all, I felt like the writing was not my style. It was very formal and sometimes the dialogues feel kind of cringe, and so I didn't really enjoy that part. And third of all, it just felt like the characters were not developed as much. The main two characters were pretty good, but the side characters were not well developed. I didn't find any depth within them. I love when the story is very character driven, but this one just, it didn't hit it for me, and I'm very sad because I thought I would like it. So I don't really know what rating I would give this. Right now I'm between a 2 and a 2.5. I really wanted to enjoy this book and I know a lot of people liked it, but it just wasn't for me. The next book I'm gonna pick up is The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. I don't know if I want to continue reading this book, but I'm gonna try at least 100 pages and then we'll see how it goes. But right now I'm not feeling a sad book, but I'm gonna give it a shot because this is the only other book that I am in the middle of that I do want to get done because I've had this on my TBR for a very long time. So let us get into The Song of Achilles.
3 days later.
Okay, so I'm currently reading Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. I don't remember the last update I gave you guys because it was actually a few days ago. I have not gone through a lot of this book, even though it's been, I'm pretty sure, like 3 to 4 days. Reading snippets of this book and feeling absolutely bored. We have come to the point of the book where Achilles has been recruited to go to the war and he is going to go to the war and Patroclus is going to go with him, but I just didn't feel very strongly about the book. I know it has really high ratings and I'm so sorry. I don't think that her writing is bad. I think that I'm not the biggest fan of Greek mythology books. I'm not going to continue this. We are officially DNFing the book. I know for a fact that when I made this video that I might be DNFing some of the books that I read in this video because a lot of the books that I'm in the middle of, I either lost interest or I just stopped it because I forgot to read it. There truly is nothing bad about the writing. I feel like the plot flows very well, but I'm just not interested in the characters, and for me plot is not enough to drive the reading experience. I have one more book that I'm in the middle of that I'm a little bit iffy to get into. At first I didn't want to include it in this video, but since we're DNFing Song of Achilles, I am just going to try one last time to read this book. And we're talking about Our Violent Ends by Chloe Gong. I know a lot of people who liked it, and I know people like this book more than the first book. I started this off in the beginning of the year, or was it at the end of the year? I mean at the end of last year. But I started this off, went to page 64, this is page 64 according to my bookmark, and I couldn't continue because I felt like it was very boring. But I don't know why this didn't keep my attention, and These Violent Delights had my attention. I rated These Violent Delights 4 stars, by the way. I even annotated that book. I annotated These Violent Delights. Can you see how many annotations I had? So I had fun with this book, but I don't know why this book just didn't really grab my attention. We're not going to annotate this book. We're just going to try our best to read it. And so this is going to be the next book that I'm going to read for this video. I'm hoping it's not going to be a DNF because once again I've heard great things about this book and I want to love it as much as other people love it. We're going to push through with this book. Hopefully by like the 100-page mark I'll be into it. Kind of remember the storyline of These Violent Delights. It follows 2 gangs in 19 something Shanghai. This is also Romeo and Juliet retelling, by the way. So our main male character is called Roma and our main female character is called Juliet. And they both are actually star-crossed lovers, so they love each other, but because they're in rivalry gangs, they couldn't continue their relationship, so they end up hating each other but loving each other. Very good enemies to lovers, by the way. And they somehow had to work together because there's this monster that's creeping up in Shanghai, and there's also this subplot of politics that's involved in this. I don't entirely remember what they're called. We're gonna try our best to pick up Our Violent Delights, and hopefully we'll love this book as much as we love the first book. Why is my lens are dirty? Give me a minute. Hi, I'm back. I didn't give an update. I don't remember the last time I gave an update, but I've been reading Our Violent Ends. I decided to give another chance. I decided to continue reading this. I don't know why I stopped reading it last year or the beginning of this year. I don't remember, but I don't know why I did that. I am flying through the book. I'm currently at page 200. So I have 300 pages left to the end because it's a 500-page book. But in general, I'm having so much fun. I am going to continue reading this. I love the romance in this. The romance in this is amazing. Obviously, the mystery aspect of this is interesting too, but the romance between Roma and Juliet, the love they have for each other, I love it so much. So I'm having fun. This is why I wanted to do this video, because I know sometimes I'm just being weird and stopping a book for no reason. I will try my best today and tomorrow, and hopefully we'll get through this book in 2 days. Hi guys, quick update because I didn't give an update on Our Violent Ends. I am now at page 366. So I have around 130 pages to the end of this book. I'm hoping to get done today because I don't have anything to do today, so I'm just gonna spend my time reading. I've been really tired. I've been lacking sleep these past few days, and so I'm so sorry, but I didn't give any updates because I legitimately am really exhausted. I'm happy to have this relaxing time to finish up my book. I'm gonna finish this today and I'll let you guys know how I feel about it. The plot kind of loses me sometimes, but the romance kind of says everything, so I am definitely liking this. So the plan for today is just to get this done, and then I'll let you guys know when I actually finish this and give you guys a final rating of Our Violent Ends. Hi guys, I am here to talk about Our Violent Ends by Chloe Gong because I actually did finish reading this. I'm sorry for the lack of B-roll footage for this book. I didn't film a lot of B-roll footage, but I did finish this book just this morning, and I'm so happy that I actually read it and I finished it. And my final rating for this book is I'm gonna give it 4 stars. I really like this book. I think that the plot was great, but I feel like what really saved this whole book was the romance in this. I feel like the romance in the first book wasn't as strong as the second book, and for sure I fell in love with Roma and Juliet's story. Their love for each other is just so lovely to see, and they're the epitome of enemies to lovers. And I really liked that story of them being so madly in love but not being able to do anything about it because they're from rival gangs, and I just really like that story. The plot is also very enjoyable, but sometimes I do find myself getting a little bit lost because of the many political points that are being played out in this book, and so that's why I give it a 4 star. This duology in general is a really strong duology. I recommend everyone to read it, and I'm so glad that I did this video because I wouldn't have picked this book up if it wasn't for this video. And yeah, I want to end this vlog on a very good note, which is that I did enjoy Our Violent Ends. I read Kingdom of Ash in this vlog, and that's also because I was in the middle of that book, and I knew for a fact that I would have enjoyed that book regardless of me stopping in the middle or never starting it to begin with. For the other 3 books that I started in this video, I didn't have much expectations, and truth to be told, the other 2 books weren't as strong as this book. This book just made me really happy that I started this whole challenge, because I wouldn't have found my love back for this world if it wasn't for this video. So I'm happy overall about the outcome of this vlog, and I hope you guys did too. So yeah, I'm going to end this vlog here. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys want to see more videos from me, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like this video as well. That is it for today. I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!